Why does my mic say I'm muted? I'm not muted. There we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome on in. Rosie, I know you're lurking, but welcome. I hope you're doing well if you're still listening. Yeah, it's great to see you all. I hope everyone's having a lovely day. It is still very hot where I am. But yeah, I'm doing okay. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Excited for the weekend. Woohoo, weekend! Yippee! Yay! Yeah, I don't think I have a lot to say. Yeah, I don't know. I've been busy since last stream. Last stream we did an art stream. That went well. I had a good time. I had to end because it was so hot though. And then yesterday I had to run some errands. And today, yeah, I'm just vibing. Been vibing and working, and we're gonna stream today. So yippee! Yeah, we're gonna have a good time playing some Simulacra 3 today. Hopefully beating the game today. I'm really not sure. We'll see. Excuse me, I had a hiccup. But yeah, we'll see where we're at. What else? Advanced has a new collection. It's the Girly Pop collection. Including a mini fridge. You can buy a really cute mini fridge from Advanced. And for the next like 23 hours, my code will get you 15% off of your order. So definitely check that out. Go stock up on some Girly Pop Advanced. They have a limited edition jar for the yuzu. It's super cute. They got some merch, some shakers, a sticker. Very cute stuff. Go check it out. I don't think I have anything else to announce right now. Yeah, I think that's it. So how about we get into the game? Let's do it. Let's go for it. Let me switch scenes. Hey Kit, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well today. Yeah, we're playing a spooky game today. Spooky, spooky. So spooky. So spooky, we're gonna mute the music. Crank that. Doing well, started on roughs for a new animation today. Oh, exciting. Very exciting. I can't wait to see it. I'm glad you're doing well. I'm very glad to hear that. Okay, everything's unmuted. Looking good. Let's go. I have no idea what we were doing last time. Okay, that took a second to load. That was a little spooky. A little spooky, spooky. Okay. What are we doing? Find Amy's oh yeah, we had to talk to Amy. Amy. Amy's also missing. What's going on in here? Amy, the source. The source of the beldom. Yes. Do I have to match that to something? I don't think I have anything to match. Nope. Okay. Contacts. Amy. Found it. Oh. Contact incomplete. Please fill in the necessary fields to properly save this contact. Oh, I got a file. I got a file for you. Oh. Save. Oh, I have to upload the name too. Amy. Middle name and last name. Okay, okay. Do we have a chat with her? No. Do we have email? No. Um, where would we find that? I wonder. Yeah, I hope everyone's... Oh, I forgot we can look at our house still. I hope everyone's having a good day. It's nice to have y'all here. No, that's not helpful. Man, I wish I remembered what I was doing, so maybe I would have a clue as to where to look. Maybe I have a missing poster? Oh. Maybe? No. That sucks. Hmm. So give me a hint. Find Amy's full name. Nope. Okay. Oh. Her name hidden in the murals made to express her love for parks, community, and local antiques. Parks, community, and local antiques. Does she have a... Oh, is she the deleted user? That says Yusuf? Maybe that's one? Parks, community, and antiques is what it said? Community center. Oh yeah, here's another one. I can't read that one though. Adina? I can't read that. Hold on. Hold on. Can anyone read that? I know it's blurry, but Adina, I think, I don't know. Well, let's look at the antiques. Oh, it's Adina Mariam Yusuf, I think. Let's try that. I can't tab. Mariam. Oh shoot, how do I spell Yusuf? Is it like that? And I need to upload the image. Shit. And the phone's ringing. Oh, I got the last one wrong. Hold on. Oh. Oh my god, someone answered the phone. Okay, I have the last name wrong, so we're gonna have to go back. And I think it was the park one. Yusof. Hey, let's go. Searching for file. Oh, we got a file. Oh, we got a website. Oh, look at all these things. Oh my god. Oh my god. We had just unlocked so many things. Eric. And Gwen. Okay, what about Atlas? Oh, we got unlock. The truth. Truth. Here? No. Summoning ritual? No. Hmm. We'll figure that out later. Let's read my email. Reply with the your passphrase to retrieve the program. Hmm. This is from Paul to SC Council. I know about Amy. We're not at liberty to discuss this. Blah, 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 blah. Vigil for Alex Berry. We got some media. Finding Amy.
Strange symbols log. It doesn't matter. I found her. The cause of all of this. Amy.
Amy.
Or should I say Adina? The cases all trace back to her. She was the first one to go missing where the symbol was involved. Her case file mentioned some kind of spell and that the scene looked ritualistic. To be sure, I went back to the studio that used to belong to her. It's long abandoned now, but it matches the descriptions. There's something unsettling here. I can only describe it as residual emotions. Being there makes me feel angry. Sad? I did find something else. A piece of paper containing Beldam's rhyme. I think Amy summoned her.
Uh-oh.
She called on the Beldam and it answered. Sorry, I can't seem to.
Spooky. Alright, let's look at our website. Amy. That looks like the Beldam to me. Yep. A Stone Creek-based mural artist whose works explore the themes of community and transition. Um, blog. Ad break soon. Good luck, everyone. Oh. Hey, this was written almost exactly 3 years ago. Video file. Sure, I'll download that. I love downloading mysterious links. Let's check out this video. That's pretty
It's
cool.
done. I have no choice. You are the only one who can help me. You were there in my darkest moment. I felt my pain and I felt yours. I see you all around Stone Creek. In the wind, in the sun, in the rain. I know you never left, keeping watch so that the same betrayal you experienced can never happen again.
Sorry, my
Our stories
big head is
are
covering it up.
lost in this town. We have both been used and discarded. And you led me to this. In this form, your powers will be unlimited.
I'm so tiny.
When you feel lost and all is bleak, beware the beldam of Stone Creek.
Oh
Lighten
shit.
up, don't make a frown. Otherwise, like her, you will drown.
Ah shit.
I am you, and you are I. Become the image of fear. Become the symbol of pain and sorrow. Let everyone know.
Oh. Uh-oh. Let's scan this. I got an achievement. Hmm. Um, let's connect this to the truth. Let's see if that does anything. No? Okay. We're not there yet, I guess. All right, let's message Ruby. Ruby. It's true. This started with Amy. Get a load of this. Craziness. Make myself a little bit bigger. She summoned the Beldam for revenge. Screw this. Screw all of it. The Simulacra, answered Amy, not the Beldam. Roll credits. Simulacra, Beldam, doesn't make a difference what came through. Amy wanted to punish Stone Creek. She got her wish. This could have been prevented. Paul didn't have to. I digitized the CD, Rook. You need to watch it. Show me. Show it to me. 2.5 minutes. All right. Let's watch it. Oh, ad starting
Hey,
soon.
Ruby. I don't know how much time I have left. I hope the phone is safely in your hands and you're looking through it as I speak, 'cause
Oops. Sorry.
These Beldam hauntings. There's more to it. It's not a ghost or specter. It's more than that. It's something else. It's called a simulacra. It's weird. It's a manifestation of digital personas. I've got some documentation on it, and every manifestation is different. This one derives from the story of the Beldam hauntings, the one that we pass around. A persona that's larger than life, creating a simulacra that's more powerful than anything recorded before. There's no stopping it. But there is a way that we could stop it from harming people. If the simulacra is derived from the stories we tell, maybe we can change the story. If we change the story, will it change the manifestation? I've got a plan and a detailed way to execute it. You need the help of Thomas, Damien, and Karen.
So many people.
I've hidden it inside the phone, and this video is the key to unlocking it.
Okay.
Ruby, you are the voice of Stone Creek. Your disdain for the city is clear, but I hope you can find it in your heart to finish what I started.
Sorry.
It's you.
It's me?
It's got to be you.
Me?
Good luck.
What's this? God, the fucking phone's ringing again. Hold on one sec. I have no idea who it is. Also, yes, we still have a house phone. I'm not in charge of it. Okay. The Beldam Rewrite Protocol. The menace that is the simulacra posing as the Beldam of Stone Creek is an entity that materializes her legend into reality. The current story of the Beldam is untrue, warped over time, and turning her into a malicious spirit. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you had a good ad break. I hope you had an okay ad break. What the fuck? Thomas of Miratech. Karen of Mistress of the Night. Oh. Acquire the Atlas override script from Thomas. Okay. And then seek advice from Karen of Mistress of the Night on how to properly present the true Beldam into a new form. Interesting. What kind of media did I get? A no video. Oh. Oh shit. That didn't look good. That looked bad. Oh fuck. The Beldam
I
confirmation.
spoke to several people. Most of them are the elderly, more in touch with the past. I can confirm that the Beldam that we know and fear now is a false narrative, twisted and perpetuated by the loudest and most influential people of this town over many generations. Crap, my blog. No time for that. What is important is that all of them confirm that the true Beldam is a kind and gentle woman who, despite being outed and killed, kept her hopeful nature till her demise. Another thing I can confirm is that records are probably scattered around town, hidden in storage or left forgotten in obscurity, except for one. An old artist lane that was demolished and turned into a junkyard. According to them, a mural of the true Beldam can be found. I found it.
Oh,
A photo of the true Beldam. It's real.
there's
If
no
I can get
subtitles
this out
apparently.
to the masses, I can change the narrative, but perhaps even encourage people to dredge the truth out in the open. It's time to use the simulacra's nature against itself. Save Stone Creek. I've locked the photo in my phone for now. I just need to get all the other pieces ready for the protocol.
Okay.
I don't have much time left. Ruby, if you're listening, everything is here. In this phone. Stop this monster. Save Stone Creek.
I'll do my best. Okay. We gotta go here. We gotta answer Ruby. A few people know about his plan. Damien, Karen, and Thomas. We spoke to them earlier. Why didn't they mention it? Why didn't he ask me? No, not the point. The steps to Paul's plan is extensive. It looks like some tasks are done and some are pending. We don't have all the pieces yet. This stops if we... no, I'll say I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Me too. It doesn't feel real. I'm just thinking that I'll see him again, and I heard his voice at the house. There weren't words I could understand, but it felt like all of him had finally gone. This stops if we change the Beldam's story. The simulacra... Oh, my blow was weird. Bwowdy Dano, welcome on in, friend. I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. Good to see you. The simulacra is using Stone Creek's belief of the Beldam to grow stronger. She's part of our town's history as the villain. Reversing it is impossible. You can't change a perception of a century-old legend overnight. What evidence did he have that she was a kind and gentle soul? Paul won't die for nothing. You sound so sure. I can't keep this from you anymore. Oh? Brooke, ever since my run-in with the Beldam, I feel cornered. Someone's watching me. They're close. I'm next, Brooke. Where are you? Are you safe? It's too late for me, but it doesn't know about you, I think. You think? I'll buy you all the time I can. If it's busy with me, then you can finish what Paul started. I have to go, Rook. Goodbye. I'll speak to Thomas. Oh god, I don't know who has answers. I'm gonna talk to Karen. Ruby. Ruby. Oop. No, wrong one. We got a new website. Website. Iris. It's Iris. Iris again. Alright, let's message Karen. Karen, I have a video for you. It's Amy. Boop. One moment, please. Heavens, this is... Why? Amy is the cause of all of this. Maybe so, but let's not forget what drove her to this. Betrayal, isolation, loss. How could I have been so blind to her suffering? Thank you for this, but I can't say it brings me peace at their answers, at least. Is that all you wish to tell me? Do you know about the Beldam rewrite protocol? Is that what he calls it? Paul explained something like that in theory. Paul wanted some advice on stopping the curse, Amy's curse. Curses cannot be stopped, not fully, but they can be transformed into something else. The symbol is at the center of it. If we alter the curse itself, we might be able to neutralize its effects, repurpose it to not do any harm. How does that work? How does it work? Aspects such as shape and color can be modified to change its meaning. Essentially, it becomes a new message. Paul always theorized there's more to the Beldam story than what we know now. If that is true, it means the current form of the Beldam is false, and what we're looking for is the true interpretation of her. He was supposed to look for it, and I am not sure if he ever did. He sent me some sort of progress, but it looks incomplete. What did he send you? The map of the town with some scribbles and a few locations marked. I don't really understand it. What is her true form? Rumors have it that she is a kind and gentle soul. Why does everyone say it exactly like that? Even in her last days, she never saw ill of the ones who wronged her, murdered her. It's what inspired me to author the tale you found to reach me. Why not just make a new story? That would unleash more danger. Truth is what drives curses. Even warped in its current form, the anger, the sadness is based on real feelings. But it is possible. I would need some sort of imagery, a representation of the real Beldam to perform the ritual again. Then the Beldam will be made into a benevolent force. Or I can tweak the curse, redirect the Beldam to a new target. The Richardsons, the town council, their wicked bloodline. Well, with her true form, she'll be harmless? Question mark? That is correct. The curse will still exist. At most, people might report some ghost sightings here and there, but her presence won't be as destructive if it is now. Redirect the Beldam towards the council. What about the others? I will make it so she only wields her will against those who've wronged her. Leave it to me. Amy is young, emotional. She unleashed her rage to the entire town. Perhaps I can remedy that. The town's owed a justice. Let's stick to the plan. My throat already hurts from reading. You know, I lived all my life in Stone Creek. It's likely where I'll spend my last moments as well. So much time here, and I've lived most of it blinding myself to its faults. Well, I can't pretend anymore. I can't pretend that this town isn't poison, that it doesn't force people into extremes. I can't pretend that my friend didn't lose her life as a result of it. That anger she felt at the end. I've had it in me, tucked away. Now I feel every ounce of it. Redirecting the Beldam to the corrupt leaders of this town will be justice. What happened to Amy was tragic, but that won't help you. No worries, Dano. Thank you so much for stopping by. Good luck with groceries. And yeah, I really appreciate it. You take care, friend. Thank you. Much love. It's not for me. It's for everyone we've lost. Think about it. Stone Creek would be a better place. No one would be driven to desperation again. Not like Amy. We could prevent that. The suffering ends here. Making the Beldam a weapon won't make Stone Creek better. But there's a chance it might? Oh, am I a fool? The Beldam, your words, they have weight. It would be a wretched thing to use her as they have. I have the power to turn the tides of this town, but the answer is unclear. I'm conflicted. Let's finish the plan. I don't want to unleash it. I think that's a bad idea. Hold on. My watch is being weird. Hold on real quick. I need to check something. Um, Sorry, I just got a weird phone call and I need to make sure it's not a scam. Have a good lurk, Kit. Thank you for stopping by, friend. You take care. Weird. Okay. Yeah, I think that was a scam. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay. Um, you're right. I let my weakness get the best of me. Bless you for making me realize this. Nothing could forgive my actions otherwise. You're doing the right thing. Alright, let me transfer the document Paul sent me. It's a map with a note on it. I'm not sure what to make of it. Perhaps you do? I'm not sure what it means. Linking on Atlas? There isn't such a feature on the app. I can do that. Let's scan this. Final location, track the past, trace the past to the truth. So that's what it means. Perhaps you should look into the missing person reports from those locations and line them up somehow, based on when they disappeared from the oldest case to the latest. Ooh. Do you have any insight that would be helpful? I need all the help I can get. Let's see. Based on these locations, I'm familiar with 3 of them. A friend who went to church mentioned they were praying for someone who went missing. That was in November. Missing poster at the library when I was browsing some books. That was in mid-December. And a volunteer search party near the fountain in early January. Cannot help with the cases at the park or bus stop. Okay. Perhaps Paul tried to contact the families for information. The local paper might have insights as well. They keep frequent reports on these developments. Hopefully this aids you enough. I can guess the other 2, I think. I'm grateful for your assistance. We will succeed. Okay. Hopefully. Do I need to... I wonder if I can unlock this yet. Oh, hell yeah. We only unlocked a new feed. Oh, and a new map location? KP Salvage. Okay. Kitties! So cute. Okay. My feed still says I have stuff to look at. Oh, do I have to click this? Oh. Okay. So we need to trace from oldest to most recent. Okay. Where is that? This. Okay, so it's. Hold on. Um. Okay. So which one is first? Gotta go back to messages. The church, and then church, library, fountain. Church. Where's the library? Library, fountain. And then I think bus stop park. And then this one. Hey, let's go. I'm such a fucking gamer. Look at all these things it wants me to do. Oh shit. There's a lot of things that I'm supposed to do. Okay. I talked to Karen. What? I'm confused. Oh, oops. I need to talk to Karen again. Oh, we got the true beldam. Nice. Alright, let's chat. I got it. Oh, I always forget that I have to click twice to send it. Heavens, she's beautiful. I never knew that this was the true representation of her, the beldam. What a shame that people's fear warped her to that twisted image we know today. You will see the light again. Just a moment, please. Oh, wow. That's really pretty. Um, I hope the stars give you peace, Karen. Oh, goodness. They have and they will, in many forms. One of which is you. Farewell. My faith is with you all the way. Now, Ruby is messaging me. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Hello? I didn't like that. I really didn't like that. Alright, Ruby, hold on. Find the passphrase on Paul's blog and enter it on the passphrase website. Is this it? I have no idea which account is Paul's. I don't think that's his blog, though. Which one is his blog? Oh, it's this one. Ba 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 ba. I have no idea what the passcode would be. Oops. Maybe we can skip it? I don't know. Let's talk to Ruby. It's me, it's Rook. Please, I need to talk to you. You and no one else. This is it, our last case. What do you mean? I think you saw something more in me, something good. You tried to bring it out with this journey. It didn't work, Paul. Good isn't a switch, Paul. Good is a choice. Hey, come back to me. Ruby. And I want to get out of Stone Creek. That's what I chose. You know that. So why do you keep saying it? You have to fight it. Oh shit.
You keep saying it's you. I'm not the person you think I am, Paul.
She's so quiet.
Glory is all I'm after. It's my only way out. I was never gonna give it up that easily. If you wanted Stone Creek safe, you should have asked someone else.
Shit, okay. Karen gave me a new symbol to rewrite the Beldum. Didn't you hear me? It's useless. I will check with Thomas next. Thomas. Hello, buddy. Thomas, I need something from you. What are we, friends? I couldn't tell by the third degree you were giving me. Our business is done. Why are you back? I know about the back door in your servers. Back door? What did you say? This has to be Paul. The last time I saw him, we got into an argument about it. Paul was trying to tell me about some symbol and his plan to stop it. He said to save oh my gosh, I can't read, sorry. To save Stone Creek, he needed to access go away. He needed access to Mira's servers so he could run a program to wipe every trace of it. Oh my gosh, struggling. When I wouldn't listen, he got upset. That was the end of it. Now I realize that he wasn't asking for permission. Paul went through with it, didn't he? Why didn't you listen to him? How could I? He sounded out of his mind, more than he usually was. I was worried and sent him home. I don't regret that. You can't have access. Mira is on the verge of a massive growth. The state of this town, and not to mention the missing employees, is hindering that. There's no room for mistakes. Unless there might be something to make this a mutual exchange. I have a proposition for you. I'm listening. I need some water. Mira's in talks with Jabber about a partnership. Paul was supposed to design a prototype to secure the deal. Without it, it all falls apart. As luck would have it, he took it with him when he left. If you could find the program and send it to me, I'll give you full access to our servers. Go wild, save the town, do what you want. Just like that, what's the catch? What's the catch? No catch. I may be a hard sell, but I'm not a monster. The Jabber deal is integral to securing Mira's future. Imagine connecting all that's special about Stone Creek to the rest of the world. Tourism, talent, exports, you name it. Who knows? If things go well, an acquisition might be on the table. I can only see how this benefits you. I won't lie and pretend I won't stand to profit from this, but look at the bigger picture. With Jabber, Mir's position will be solidified as the lifeblood of this town. Paul was on board with the project since the start, but he pulled back last minute. Now that we're both in a little conundrum, we can help each other out. So I'll ask you again, will you get Paul's prototype? Don't you think Paul might have a reason for his decision? I know he has. It doesn't mean I have to agree with it. Look, there are tons of small towns in this country. No one remembers them, left on their own to rot in their little corners. Paul and I believe this town can be special, that there is a future for us. I can't back out of this just because he's afraid of whatever monster of the week he's found. Ayy, monster of the week, shout out to Taz. Don't use Paul to justify yourself. I mean, we wanted the same thing. We just had different methods. You might not believe this. Paul and I share the same vision. We wanted to reinvigorate this town. You're going behind his back to do it, Thomas. Thomas! Just like he did mine, with the exploit, right? Keeping score won't get us anywhere. Maybe Paul's heart was in the right place, but his actions have put everything in jeopardy. The prototype, the deal, is the key to this town's future. I need it. He knew that. The town's future or yours? They're one and the same. You don't understand the position I'm in. Paul was the mastermind behind Miratech software. Without him, we're finished. But the prototype can springboard a new opportunity. It's a lifeline for me to save Mira, save my team, save the vision. Maybe you need a different vision. This is what we've worked for. I can't. No. They said I was delusional to start a tech company in this town. Oh, have a good ad break. But I knew it was the right choice. Stone Creek is a special place made exceptional by the people here. I'm proud of how far we've come. When the mayor oh my gosh. When the mayor wanted to turn Stone Creek into a tourist destination and offered to fund Mira's growth, it was perfect. Paul was hesitant, but I convinced him. This is how we do it. I want to honor that one last time. The prototype won't honor him. The protocol will. I can't believe I'm... Sigh. You made your point. I'll do it. You won't regret this. If whatever Paul says is true, I hope that I can finally do something good for this town. The truth is, Mayor Richardson won't give us success on our terms. He threatened to pull funding unless we raked in profit ASAP. All they care about is their pockets, not Stone Creek. You're right. Paul's right. Mira, will find another way. It's just admitting defeat is... I'm ashamed. Unsupported file type. Hey, we got the override program. Paul would be grateful. Welcome back, everyone. Hope you had a good ad break. I'd like to think so. All the sentimentality is his influence. Use it well, would you? Goodbye. Yippee! We did it! Okay. I didn't send the prototype to him. That's fine. The passphrase, I still don't know. Update Ruby with your progress. Get the kill switch app. Okay. Atlas. We got the override program. Hello, Ruby. There's a different way this can end, Rook. She showed me. Nothing has to be destroyed. What did she show you? I don't trust. People floating. They're waiting to dance. Their atoms split and tear into her. Resisting won't fix this. Won't fix Stone Creek, won't fix me. It only disappears if I disappear. Who's filling your head with these thoughts? You know the name. She's shown you from the start. You're invited to witness the end, Rook. I'm finally leaving Stone Creek. We're still in this together. She's offline. Ruby, are you there? Damien is the last one. Let's finish this. Game is saved. Oh. Thinking of doing a quick break since the game saved. Yeah, I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick, I think. Yeah, that sounds good. Let me put some tunes on. Sorry for the jump scare. Um, and yeah, we are going to take a quick break so I can stretch and stuff. Let me put some words on stream on for you guys, and I will see you shortly. Take care, BRB. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I hope you had a good break. Let's pause the tunes, unmute the game. Let's get into it. Yeah, sorry about that. I had a voicemail to check, and I have to pay duties on a fucking package. I hate America. I hate shipping to Canada. It sucks so bad. I didn't know I had to pay duties. I've never had to pay duties on ordering from this person before. That sucks. Anyways, hello. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope you had a good break. And yeah, let's finish this off. I don't know how much longer we have, but what do you know about the Beldam rewrite protocol? The counter curse? How did you find out about that? Alright, you got me. After Jeff, Paul told me all about it. Something about forcefully releasing the real image of the Beldam on Atlas. All I know is that he wrote some sort of software to do it, but it needs the other parts to work. What other parts? There are some things I can't get my hands on that Paul was persistent about. A backdoor script into Atlas. There's no way of getting that unless Thomas hands it over himself. That and some sort of long-forgotten records about the Beldam. I can't recover anything that was burned down or buried. What can you tell me about the app? Sophisticated piece of tech it is. It's a deployment tool that enables users to replace any instance of images or videos throughout social media. Actually, the app should be preloaded on his phone. We just need to know how to find it and access it. Paul mentioned he gave you a key. A key? He didn't give me any key. All he gave me, notes, documents, contacts. Wait a minute. I remember now. Why didn't I see it before? I think I know how to access the app. Let's get to it. I am getting to it. So one of the stuff Paul sent me was a contact. It was just a word, not even a name, telling me that it's a way to access a killer app. I mean, I thought he was referring to the next coming of Jabber or something. I didn't think he meant an actual killer app, you know, to kill the Beldam. I think I've seen something like that before. A mysterious contact with a non-name word? I see he's mastered the art of concealment from me. This is so cool. It's as if his will compels those around him to finish what he started. So where is it? Here you go. Contact incomplete. Upload the file above and type the full name below. First, middle, and address. Oh, shit. My memory serves me right. When I asked how to access it, he said, "Think of me when you want to access it." He gave me a wink as he said it, so that must mean something. Clarification. Me as in Paul, not Damien. Some help would be great. It's all coming together. What could it be? Is it a cipher? A code word? An anagram? Or maybe think of me as in put his details in the contact itself? Can it be that simple? I think so. Good luck, bud. There's some chatter what? There's some chatter my squishmallow and I gotta tend to. Huh? Okay. Okay, so now we need Paul's info. 111 Etting Street is where he lives. Where is his contact? Wrong one. Paul. Paul last name. We'll save that. I know it's not right. We just need his last name and a picture. Paul Castillo. And we need a picture. I'm pretty sure we have a picture. Paul's photo. Boop. Let's go. Kill switch. Oh shit. I'm getting achievements left and right, by the way. Hold on one sec. Okay. Assemble the parts together on the kill switch app. Boop. Need this one. Hell yeah. And then this one. This one. Hell yeah. I'm gaming. Awaiting voice activation. Hello? Hello, hello? Hello? Alright, Ruby. Final activation code. It's your voice. Send me your voice. Do not disturb. Oh, she blocked me! She blocked me. Ruby. 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 Oh! Ruby, what are you doing? What are you doing in front of that green screen?
You're here.
Ruby, you're so loud.
I made a mistake. But I can end it, Rook.
Ruby, you're so loud.
You see that it's for the best. I'm not afraid anymore. I feel clarity. You should have felt it too by now. Don't deny its voice. Let it through.
Where are you, girl?
I can't do that, Rook. But I'm glad to see you. I'm glad you're here. My pursuit was flawed. In trying to escape Stone Creek,
So loud.
I've become a symptom of the plague that haunts it. And the only way to move forward is to disappear. Left only as a memory, and soon, nothing.
Paul's plan will work. I just need your voice, girly.
Say his name!
Shit, okay.
Stone Creek was doomed from the start. Keeping it alive will need damned anyone who tried. If this town and everyone in it wants to see itself to its end, then who am I to deny their wish? I am a part of it. Let me fade into nothingness with it.
Give Stone Creek a chance, Ruby.
It's had plenty of chances.
Aw, fuck.
Nothing's changed, and nothing ever will. What difference? You've seen the damage I can do. Remember Morgan?
Oh, poor
When I made you
Morgan.
do to her?
Poor Morgan.
No one deserves that. No one deserves that. I should have paid more attention. People were vanishing. Vanishing. They look at me to honor their stories. To tell their truth. Instead, I valued my own ambition over their cries for help.
I shouldn't have said that.
People that I've left behind.
Oops. Oh well.
The pain I caused. I can't take those away. How can I erase myself?
You got
No.
this, Ruby.
No. They deserve justice. I should disappear with them.
No. Nar.
Stone Creek doesn't feel like home anymore. It's a town of two hearts. Its leaders bending everyone to their vision while the people get torn apart. How can I save a town that's so torn at its core? I can't continue anymore. Let Stone Creek fight for its own soul.
Forget the town. Stay for the people here.
Is it really that easy?
Yes.
The people?
Yes. Ad starting soon.
I
Good luck, guys.
am the voice of the people.
You good? Is she good? Mod check? You can't give up, girl. Aw, shit. It's real spooky. It's real spooky, but you can do it. Wow! 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 Oh, I'm so sweaty. It's so hot in my room. It's gotta be you, Ruby. Ruby? I had to burp, sorry. Yes, girl. Yes. Oh god, why are you smiling? No! Oh no! You got this, Ruby, you got this. Where are the subtitles? Ruby, I can't understand you. This is the weirdest FaceTime I've ever been on, I'll say that. Good lord, that's loud. Oh! Did we do it? Did we do it? Ruby. Hey, girl.
You were there. You get me out.
You're good, you're good.
I don't know what to say.
We're fine.
Hold me back.
We're fine.
Thank you.
Things are fine.
Thanks for believing in me. Okay, I hate to spoil the moment, but there's something that we gotta do.
Yeah, I need your fucking
The
voice.
No, that thing.
The
Stone
simulacra.
Creek is just the beginning. Okay? If we don't finish what Paul started, it's gonna start consuming everything. Now, where were we?
I need your name.
This is... Right. Paul's plan to save us from the Beldam.
Yes.
Save all of us.
Yes.
Ruby Myers.
Yippee! It worked.
That's it, right?
I think so.
Okay, let's not muck around anymore. Execute the plan, and we'll meet at the HQ. We've got so much to talk about. See you soon.
What did... Oh, I just got a lot of achievements. What did she see at the end? It looked like she saw something at the end. Oh, the Beldam rewritten. A new tale, as the new tale of the Beldam spreads on Atlas, residents of Stone Creek dig deeper into its origins. Some recall stories passed down by elders, when pieced together, corroborates this account. Evidence of this is also found in old journals and secret documents originating from the time period. Centuries of lies now dispelled, Stone Creek witnesses the Beldam in her truth, and they embrace her once more. Hello? No longer a symbol of fear and malice, the Beldam represents hope and belonging. Under her light, the simulacra is transformed into a benevolent presence in Stone Creek. Over time, the disappearances grind to a halt. The missing are never found, but the town remembers them dearly. A memorial is constructed in their honor so their memory may live on. A town reborn. Due to the mismanagement of investments and poor handling in the missing persons cases, the council is driven out of Stone Creek. The town's future is left uncertain, but only for a breath. New leadership takes hold, consisting of individuals from all parts of Stone Creek. Together, they make good use of the town's natural beauty and rich lore to attract businesses. The people in the town's identity remain at the forefront of every arrangement. Stone Creek fulfills its potential and becomes the town that was promised long ago. A new purpose. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you had a good ad break. I think we're just finishing up here. With Ruby freed from the grasp of the Beldam, the simulacra, she vows a new purpose to use her voice for others. Ruby no longer sees Stone Creek as a place to escape from, but a place like any other with its own faults and charms. Filled with people whose struggles mirror her own, now Ruby writes more than the stories she wants. She writes the stories that need to be told. Her writing becomes a source of inspiration for the town, and Stone Creek is better for it. When an opportunity presents itself for Ruby to leave Stone Creek, the moment isn't like what she expected. Though excited, Ruby finds herself conflicted, knowing she's found something worth staying for. I need a sip, hold on. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Simulacra 3, a Kaigon Games production, published by Neon Doctrine. We did it! We did it! That was an interesting game. I'm gonna put some music on so it's not dead quiet while we watch the credits. Yeah, that was a great game. I had a lot of fun, and we have officially finished streaming the Simulacra series. Every single Simulacra game. Let's get a yippee! Oh, I can skip the credits. I think I'm gonna do that. Oh, we're back at the main menu. Endings. Let's see endings. What endings could we get? Interesting. What are these? I love the art. This one is especially beautiful. I think that's like the first time I've ever gotten like a good ending for Simulacra. I think it's the first time, which is really funny. Yeah, let me mute the game and put some tunes on. And we're gonna switch scenes. I think that I would love to stream more, but I honestly don't know what else I want to stream. So let's go to the ending scene. Hello. Here I am. Yeah, that was lots of fun. I had a great time. Yeah, I hope you did too. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're gonna end stream here. I am very warm. And yeah, I'm just really warm. And I have nothing else to stream. So yeah, let's find someone to raid. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. All right. My Twitch is not happy. Okay, yeah, my Twitch hates when I raid people lately. It's super weird. Anyways. We're gonna go raid my friend Canty. They are playing some more Mega Man. They've been really into that lately. But yeah, let's get the raid message. If I can spell. Yeah, copy and paste whichever raid message works for you. And I will see you. I'll actually see you guys on Sunday. I have a Sunday stream scheduled. We're gonna do some Skyrim Sunday. I'm really excited for it. Hopefully it goes well. I'm looking forward to seeing you there. Yeah, for now, join my Discord server. Check out all my other socials on my card. And yeah, I'll see you later. Y'all take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Bye, bye, bye.